The Industrial Revolution was a period during which predominantly agrarian, rural societies in Europe and America became industrial and urban. It is characterized by technological advances and cheaper ways to mass-produce products. This period was also signified by the development of economic theories which include capitalism and communism. It all started in Britain, at around the time of Queen Victoria's reign. Before the revolution, manufacturing was often done by hand, often with the help of hand tools and simple machines. Merchants often just leave the workers with raw materials and leave them to schedule their own working time, which would easily lead to some major inefficiencies in the production process. Luckily, this was all about to change, as innovations in the 1700s were finding new ways to outsource manual labor. The making of clothes was automated, and transportation and communication started to develop. Overall, the British Industrial Revolution brought about a greater volume and variety of factory-produced goods and raised the standards of living for many people, particularly for the middle and upper classes. However, life for the poor and working classes continued to be filled with challenges. Wages for those who labored in factories were low and working conditions could be dangerous and monotonous. Children were part of the labor force and often worked long, hard hours exposed to hazardous scenarios. Housings were usually overcrowded and unsanitary, making disease rampant. Disadvantages aside, the Industrial Revolution in Britain has given such an industrial boost to the country, and because of that, other European countries wanted to learn the secrets of the British miracle. In response to this, Britain enacted legislations to prohibit the export of their technology and skilled workers. And as you will learn, they did not succeed. Quite ironically, most, if not all of these smuggling incidents were caused by the Brits themselves. A British mill worker by the name of Samuel Slater immigrated to the United States, and in his stay, he built a spinning machine from memory and a partial design that he smuggled from Britain. With the help of Moses Brown, he opened the first factory in the United States, marking the beginning of U.S. industrialization. They would follow the same pattern Britain experienced in industrialization as they developed railroads and improved interstate transport, and invented the telephone, making communication easier. The Germans did something different with their industrialization. While they did import British workers and equipment, they also sent children to Britain to learn about industrial management. Industrialization in Germany occurred in pockets, in contrast to the nationwide industrialization that Belgium and the US would be able to enjoy. Despite this, growth in Germany was rapid. Because of this growth, Germany had the economic strength to develop as a military giant. In the rest of Europe, industrialization during the early 1800s proceeded by region rather than by country, even in countries that would normally be agriculturally dominated, much like in Germany. Northern Italy started to specialize on silk spinning. Self-labor ran factories sprung up in the regions around Moscow and St. Petersburg, and Spain even started to produce more cotton than Belgium. The Industrial Ages was also the time when economic theories started to develop. There were many that developed at the time, but were only really interested in capitalism and communism. Capitalism is an economic system that Adam Smith proposed in the Industrial Age. He believes that economic liberty guaranteed economic progress. As a result, the government should not interfere. Its arguments are rested on what it believes to be the three natural laws of economics: self-interest, competition, and supply and demand. In a nutshell, capitalism believes that businesses should be privately owned to allow competition and the satisfaction of supply and demand through self-interest. Communism, on the other hand, is described to be a form of complete socialism in which the means of production, all lands, mines, factories, railroads, and businesses, would be owned by the people. All goods and services
created using Powtoon.